Have you ever heard a riddle that made you stop and think? Riddles are fascinating because they are like little puzzles for our minds. They challenge us to use our imagination and think outside the box. They make us look at things in new ways, often revealing hidden meanings or unexpected solutions. Some riddles are simple, while others are incredibly complex. They can be fun and playful, or they can be serious and thought-provoking. But no matter what form they take, riddles have a unique way of engaging our brains and sparking our curiosity. Throughout history, riddles have been used as a form of entertainment, education, and even as a means of passing down wisdom from one generation to the next. They have been found in ancient texts, folklore, and even in religious scriptures. They challenge us to use our imagination. They make us look at things in new ways. Some riddles are old, passed down through generations. These riddles can teach us about the past. They can connect us to the people who came before us. Imagine a time when people gathered around a fire, sharing stories and riddles. These riddles were not just a form of entertainment. They were a way to pass on knowledge and traditions. They were a way to connect with others and to challenge each other to think more deeply. Some riddles are old, passed down through generations. These riddles can teach us about the past. They can connect us to the people who came before us. Let's journey back in time. We're going to ancient Greece. In ancient Greece, riddles were a popular form of intellectual challenge. They were often used in competitions where the best and brightest minds would come together to test their wits. These riddles were not just for fun. They were a way to demonstrate one's intelligence and to gain respect and admiration from others. They can connect us to the people who came before us. Let's journey back in time. We're going to ancient Greece. Imagine a world of myths and legends, a world of gods and monsters. In this world, there is a famous riddle. It's a riddle that has puzzled people for centuries. This riddle is known as the Riddle of the Sphinx. According to legend, the Sphinx was a creature with the body of a lion and the head of a human. It guarded the entrance to the city of Thebes and would ask travelers a riddle. If they could not answer correctly, they would be devoured by the Sphinx. The riddle of the Sphinx goes like this. What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and 3 legs in the evening? This riddle has been passed down through the ages and has been the subject of much debate and interpretation. Imagine a world of myths and legends, a world of gods and monsters. In this world there is a famous riddle. It's a riddle that has puzzled people for centuries. The answer to the riddle is a human. In the morning of life, a baby crawls on all 4s. At noon, an adult walks on 2 legs. In the evening of life, an elderly person uses a cane, walking on 3 legs. This riddle is not just a test of intelligence, it is a reflection on the stages of human life. It reminds us of our own journey through life and the changes we undergo as we grow and age. It is a reminder that wisdom comes with experience and that every stage of life has its own challenges and rewards. In this world, there is a famous riddle. It's a riddle that has puzzled people for centuries. The riddle of the Sphinx is just one example of how riddles can be more than just a game. They can be a way to explore deep philosophical questions and to gain insight into the human condition. So the next time you hear a riddle, take a moment to appreciate its history and its deeper meaning. You might just find that it has something important to teach you about yourself and the world around you. In Greek mythology, there was a creature called the Sphinx. The Sphinx had the body of a lion, the wings of an eagle, and the head of a woman. She was a fearsome creature. The Sphinx sat atop a rock near the city of Thebes. She demanded that anyone who wanted to enter the city answer her riddle. If they answered correctly, they could pass. If they answered incorrectly, the Sphinx would devour them. The riddle of the Sphinx is a classic. It is a riddle that makes us think about the stages of life. The riddle is this. What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and 3 legs in the evening? The riddle is tricky, but it also gives us clues. Think about the words morning, noon, and evening. These words are not just about times of day. They are metaphors for different stages in a human life. Section 4, the weight of wrong answers. Many travelers encountered the Sphinx. They heard her riddle. They tried to solve it. They thought of animals that might change the way they walk. But their answers were always wrong. The Sphinx devoured anyone who gave the wrong answer. This terrifying consequence made the riddle even more famous. The riddle of the Sphinx wasn't just a game. It was a matter of life and death. The people of Thebes were trapped. They couldn't enter or leave their city because of the Sphinx. Section 5. A Timeless Tale. The story of the Sphinx and her riddle is a powerful one. It has been told and retold for centuries. The story teaches us about the importance of problem solving. It also reminds us that even the most difficult challenges can be overcome with cleverness and courage. The riddle of the Sphinx has inspired artists and writers for generations. It appears in literature, art, and even music. The riddle continues to fascinate us today. It reminds us of the power of ancient myths and stories. Section 6. The answer to the riddle. In the ancient city of Thebes, a terrifying creature known as the Sphinx posed a riddle to all who wished to pass. This riddle was a matter of life and death, for those who failed to answer correctly were devoured by the Sphinx. The city lived in constant fear, and many brave souls had perished trying to solve the enigma. The riddle of the Sphinx was finally solved by a Greek hero named Oedipus. Oedipus was a man of great intellect and courage, determined to save his city from the clutches of the Sphinx. He approached the creature with a calm demeanor, ready to face whatever challenge lay ahead. Oedipus realized that the riddle wasn't about an animal at all. The Sphinx asked, "What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and 3 legs in the evening?" Many had thought of various animals, but Oedipus pondered deeply and saw beyond the literal. It was about a human being. The riddle was a metaphor for the stages of human life. Oedipus understood that the Sphinx's question was a poetic representation of the human journey from infancy to old age. A baby crawls on all 4s in the morning of life. This represents the early stage of human development, where an infant relies on its hands and knees to move around. An adult walks on 2 legs at the noon of life. This signifies the prime of life, where a person stands tall and walks upright, fully independent and capable. An old person uses a cane as a 3rd leg in the evening of life. In the later years, as strength wanes, a cane becomes a necessary support, symbolizing the 3rd leg mentioned in the riddle. The Sphinx was so astonished that Oedipus had solved her riddle that she threw herself off the rock. The creature, defeated and humiliated, could no longer hold her place of terror over Thebes. Thebes was free from her terror at last. The city rejoiced, celebrating Oedipus as their savior. His wisdom and bravery had not only saved countless lives, but also restored peace and prosperity to the land. The legend of Oedipus and the Sphinx remains a timeless tale of intellect triumphing over brute force. A story that continues to inspire and teach valuable lessons about the power of human insight. Section 7. The enduring power of riddles. The riddle of the Sphinx is more than just a children's puzzle. It has fascinated scholars, historians, and curious minds for centuries. This ancient enigma, posed by the mythical creature, has layers of meaning that go beyond its surface. It's a story about the cycle of life. The riddle asks, what walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and 3 legs in the evening? The answer, of course, is a human being who crawls as a baby, walks on 2 legs as an adult, and uses a cane in old age. It's a reminder that we all go through different stages. From infancy to old age, each phase of life brings its own challenges and rewards. The riddle encapsulates this journey, making us reflect on our own paths and the inevitable passage of time. It's a testament to the power of human ingenuity. Riddles, like puzzles, require us to think creatively and critically. They push us to look at problems from different angles and to find solutions that aren't immediately obvious. This riddle, like many others, continues to capture our imaginations. Whether we're young or old, riddles challenge us to use our minds in new and exciting ways. They bring a sense of wonder and curiosity that is timeless. Riddles remind us that learning can be fun. They show us that education doesn't have to be a chore. It can be a delightful adventure. When we solve a riddle, we experience the joy of discovery and the satisfaction of a challenge met. They challenge us to think differently. Riddles often have answers that are not immediately apparent, requiring us to think outside the box. This kind of thinking is valuable in all areas of life, from solving everyday problems to making important decisions. So next time you hear a riddle, don't give up too easily. Take your time. Think outside the box. Let your mind wander and explore different possibilities. The process of solving a riddle can be just as rewarding as finding the answer itself. You might just surprise yourself with the answer, and in that moment of realization, you'll experience the thrill of having unlocked a mystery, a feeling that connects us to the countless generations who have pondered the same questions.